Hello everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We are reviewing an anime called Fluffy Paradise. Now this cutesy little anime is really interesting and really concept. Now the Fluffy Paradise, what do I think about it? Well, the main character gets killed and she has to go to another world, but the other world God is giving her to tell her to save it instead of things. So God's giving her a mission. Which the last few isekai animes that I've done have not had that plot. So I really appreciate the freshness, so that's the main gist of it. Now, our main protagonist is a girl that's like in her 6 or 7 years old, I believe, or something like that way. She's a young kid. And she's a fucking adorable little kid. She has pink hair and she's also good. Now, her family, she has a brother and sister. Her brother shows up more than anyone else other than her father. Her mother and sister, on the other hand, get shafted after episode 2 because she decides to do some stuff. Now, when it comes to her, the only reason why she wants to go to this world is to hug fluffy stuff because in her past life, all she cared about was hugging animals because she's an animal lover. And the thing is the fact that the first thing that she decides to do is to be friends with a fucking lion and a fucking lion no fucking tiger. Sorry, it's a tiger, not a lion. And then she also makes friends with a red fucking dragon. Which, if memory serves, why the fuck doesn't a red dragon have scales instead of fucking fur? Like, what the fuck? But the red dragon said that he was gonna form a pack with her when she gets older, which I think is really interesting. Um, Now then, when it comes to the main villains of the arc, there are two main villains: the knights and the fucking church. Which the church doesn't really seem to me like that's the whole problem with this anime. Like the church does not is like in the first half, but after the church decides to pay her teacher because she has to learn how to be a better person in society. So the teacher decides to discipline her, which that's what the church wants her to do. However, the little girl, main character, decides to say, hey, she's doing this not wrong. She's being a lot more forceful and she's being mean to me. So her father calls out the teacher and the teacher decides to teach her a different way, which is better. And then after that, there's nothing wrong with it. The teacher shows up every once in a while in the midway through the season, but she's only in like a few scenes. But after that, the church has nothing to do with the main plot, and that's my main problem. It's like they decided to shaft the fucking church as being this evil thing of being disciplined and being fucking stupid, to the knights who are corrupted and stupid because they decided to pick a fight with a bunch of human animals that look like fucking dogs, and they decide to slaughter 14 of them before they decide to this 14 of them before they decide to stop because it's the battle of all battles. Um, that's the main gist of things. Now, when it comes to the forming a pack, she does not form a pack with the red dragon. The red dragon decides to wait until she gets older, but she does, however, form a pack with a goblin who turns into a human, which that just baffles the fuck out of me. I don't understand why that fucking works. A fucking spider, which the spider is a small baby spider, and her mother gets killed by the fucking goblin that she formed a pack with because they thought that the spider was trying to kill them, which she just wanted food for her baby, and she was frightened and she wanted to make sure that her baby was safe. So she forms a pack with the spider. Spider's actually pretty cool. Um, as for the slime, yes, there is slime in this anime. I don't know why Isekai fucking does this. Like, every time I watch an Isekai anime nowadays, there's at least one episode that has to involve slimes, or the fucking anime as a whole involves around slime. Like, Grace Against the Gods, all about slime. Fucking 300 years of killing slime makes me the strongest person in the world. That's another slime anime. Even Another World with a Smartphone has one episode dedicated to fucking slimes. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know why Isekai anime has this fucking problem, but it's just a fucking problem. Now, that's the main gist of that. problem. She also two of the dogs that she saves, two of the two of the cohos. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Those species that the humans killed that look like dogs. She forms a pack with two of the dogs, which is I'm just gonna call them dogs. She forms a pack with two of the dogs. So yeah, that's the main gist of it. So at the end of the first season, she has at least dogs, five animals that she formed a pack with. One goblin, not a dragon. One goblin, one spider, one slime, and two dogs. Well, technically three because the dog looks like a human, but she has ears and stuff and blah this, blah that. So as for the side characters are as followed: the brother, the sister, the father, the mother, the prince, and I think that's it. So there's five main characters, five side characters. Now the mother and sister are not nowhere to be seen. They show up every once in a blue moon in the later half of the anime, but the sister only has one particular thing that she does, and that's summoning a red dragon so that way she can be friends with it. That's all her. That's all she gets, and then she gets shafted for the rest of the part. Mother's gets even worse because she's not even in the anime. To be honest with you, she's barely there here and there. There. As for the prince comes in is more important because he's the main reason why she can do all the stuff that she's trying to do by saving the freaking animals. And that's what because the prince is with her because he wants her to help her out, and that's why. Although in the first half, she does not like him because she thinks that he's a brute, which I think is fucking hilarious because he picks her up like a fucking child because she is a child and blah this, blah that. As for her brother and her father, they're more enrolled of what she's trying to do, and that's the main gist of it. Now, as for the three characters, her brother, her father, and the fucking prince, I like how they every situation that she goes into, all three of those characters are different when it comes to the main plot. Like when it comes to saving the dogs, only the prince and her brother are there. When it comes to saving the goblins, her father's pretty much the only one who's there to help her out. So it depends on what situation they are. So I do like how they mix up the side characters when it comes to the situation that they're doing. And that's what I like about this anime. However, soundtrack wise, all the music in the background when they're talking is phenomenal. Problem is, it gets reused way too much, in my honest opinion. That's the whole problem I have with the soundtrack. Also, the theme songs kind of hit miss to my opinion, but then again, I'm not a big fan of the theme song as a whole. I mean, it has to have something catchy, but it doesn't, to my opinion, so I just skipped it. So, next part. Yeah, I know I'm sighing because I'm out of breath trying to speak, motherfuckers. So, our next section is the animation. Now, the animation is very crisp. It's very colorful, and I understand it because it came out last year or this year. Actually, no, I think it came out in January. Yeah, and this anime came out in January, and it's very crisp, so the animation is very on top tier. It's not like Initial D where it was made in the 90s, because Initial D's second stage has better animation because of the fact that it was made in the 2000s. 99 was pretty much, typical. But this anime was made in 2024, so that's why it's a really good anime. Now, when it comes to this anime, I might give this anime a 7 out of 10. I wish they would do more stuff with their sister, and I wish that they didn't destroy the church plot line, get away from it in the second half, but I can't understand it. But it's not like the worst anime I've seen. Like, I haven't seen an anime where the god is giving her a mission. I haven't seen that in a while. Like, the three isekai animes that I've listed All three of those isekai animes, God just lets them do what the fuck he or she wants, and that's the main problem with that. This anime, however, God's giving her a mission, but she doesn't care. She just wants to pet animals, and that's the main gist of it. What are you guys' thoughts on Fluffy Paradise? Would you like it to have a second season? I would. I liked it. It was actually pretty good. There's comedy there. The only other problem is the fact that if you want English dub, you might have to wait because because it only has a sub, and I watched it in sub, and I thought it was pretty fucking funny sometimes. But whatever. But if you guys want to watch it, watch Fluffy Paradise. It's a really good anime. I give it a 7. It's not my very best isekai anime. I've watched my fair share of isekai animes. But it's pretty up there. I mean, I haven't given an isekai anime for like a 5 for like a while. So if you guys want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. I hope you guys have a nice positive day and take care. This is the first time I'm reviewing. This has been a long time since I've reviewed an anime at fucking 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. So hope you guys have a nice positive day and always stay positive.